Hello everybody. Hi, good afternoon. It is Pip here, Queen Pip Cards with my Moody Monday pick-me-up videos. I'm just a little shy of 12 o'clock, so a couple of people might be a bit late joining, but I thought I would try and be on time today and make sure that it was all good. So today I am celebrating one of our retiring stamp sets called Wonderful Romance. It's a beautiful stamp set. It has a matching set of dies, but I just wanted to show you what you could do just with the stamp set today. I have lots of lights on, sorry, so we're getting lots of shine. Ugh, I'll try and be better at my showing. So so my Moody Monday videos are all about giving you a little bit of a pick-me-up. Obviously last weekend we had a bank holiday. Today we haven't got a bank holiday, so you're all back at work. I'm back at work. It's like, oh, we had some time before and we've been busy today, so now it's all about pick me up lunchtime, try and give you a bit of a cheery up lunchtime message with a bit of crafting, because who doesn't love a bit of crafting? So, oh, hi Carol, nice to see you. Glad you could join me today. Happy Monday. Hopefully you're not having too bad a Monday, not too moody a Monday, and that hopefully my card making today will pick you up. So I am talking about Wonderful Romance, as I said, stamp set, and some of the beautiful things that you can create just by doing some simple stamping. Totally inspired by my friend Ema, who did some of these for our Stamping Creative blog hop, not this month, but last month. And I loved them, and I wanted to use them. So in fact, it might even have been a couple of months ago now, because I actually introduced these. These were two of my simple afternoon, wind down, Sunday afternoon craft retreat cards. So this was when you've done all the fancy stuff and you've been busy and playing around with all the die cutting and all that kind of stuff that happens at retreat, and the wow class cards that we did. This is your Sunday afternoon, chill out, wind down, relax before you go back to your normal life. So I always try and do that on a Sunday afternoon. We have a bit of a wind down session. So, and they could make them or not, or they could finish off the cards that they'd already made, that they hadn't finished from the other sessions. So some of them did do these, some of them did the cards that were still to be done. So I thought, I know I'm going to change them up and do some different things. So I've got all my inks in front of me. I've got Petal Pink and I've got Pear Pizzazz. Oh, that's showing you a bit of shine there, sorry. Bring that over there, Pear Pizzazz. We've got Mossy Meadow, and I've got the lovely Fresh Fig, which is going as well. I'm so sad about that. We're all talking all retirement stuff at the moment. So I really didn't think that this set would retire, so I thought that my retreat would have sets that they could, carry on using. I mean, obviously you can carry on using them, but I thought also for some of the team that come, that demos that come to my retreats, they could enjoy stuff that's going through to the new catalogue. And I really did think that this would stay, but it isn't staying. However, the other stamp set that I used, the other bundle that we actually used, was this one, which is painted glass, and that is going through. So for the rest of the next couple of weeks, you're going to be seeing some ideas of how to use both Wonderful Romance and painted glass, because I feel like I never share the stuff that I do at retreat, and actually it's nice to show people what we do and what we get up to. So we had a fabulous time this weekend at the new venue. It was really nice, so that's good. So I'm going to change these up. They're not going to stay like this. I'm going to just have those there as inspiration. And I did make a start on one card that I already thought this would be a nice different way of doing it. So this one is a Petal Pink base with some Pear Pizzazz card. This would be 14.4 by 10. Then a piece of Whisper White, which is 13.9 by 9.5. And then when you cut two pieces of the Pear Pizzazz out of a piece of cardstock, you get this really thin strip. So I decided to use the really thin strip because it's cute. And then obviously I've just used the this leaf. Oops, no, you can't see that. This leaf from the stamp set, just in Petal Pink all over. And then I've used the sentiment, thinking of you, and I'm just going to punch that out with my 1.5 circle punch, which is also staying, yaha, which we're very pleased about. There we go, punch that out, and then you can just pop that up on some dimensionals just there, and it makes a really simple quick card. These are all quick cards. They're not fancy, they're not, you know, showing off all your amazing skills with techniques and stuff. These are cards that you're going to use because you suddenly got somebody that you need to send a quick card to, and you haven't got more than 10 minutes to make a card. These are your cards that are going to be your go-to cards. Okay, so pop that on there, done. You could add a little bit of a sparkly thing. The good news is that these fancy, what are these, frosted elements, these are staying with us as well. And frosted flower elements, the embellishments these are, and I love these, they're so cute. And you can just pick off one that matches the colours. And I like the fact that they're staying even though Fresh Fig is going. Pop it up there maybe? Yeah, let's pop that up there. So even though Fresh Fig is going, they're still saving these purple ones. I think they're just going to call them purple in the new catalogue. But, you know, you could pop one up the side, whichever you fancy. But there you go, quick card done. Next, let's do something different. So I have here some Whisper White card base, which is with the thick Whisper White, and then I've just cut a piece of ordinary Whisper White. This is, move this out of the way a bit. This is 10 by 14.4, so it's the largest matte layer. So it's just going to go on top, a bit like this one. So you have this white border around your stamping. So we're going to need something that's fairly strong in colour. So I think I'm going to go Fresh Fig for this one. And then, you know, I love the greens for the leaves, but you can also just do the big, you could do just this big floral piece that looks like this. This looks quite good in Fresh Fig. Now, you might notice that I've got a bit of washi tape stuck to the end. Yeah, I didn't quite line up my cling, and I tried to get it off that bit. It doesn't work. Trust me, you can't get it off. So I have a little bit of cling. I mean, a little bit of washi tape there, just holding that in so I don't pull it off any more than it is. And here, you don't, you know, you could put it all over, or you could just start in the centre, oops, and just have a nice Fresh Fig image, and then go round the Fresh Fig image with some leaves in this one. So that's, oops, there we go, this one. And you could pop those on with a bit of Pear Pizzazz, or even pink, you know, petal pink you could do. So you could just add these leaves afterwards. Okay, one in there. Oops, not perfect, but it doesn't matter. One in there. You could just make up your floral element as you go, and you know that you're going to probably hide a bit of that there. I've just got some random pieces that I might use to hide stuff with, because, you know, you can. So that's that. Where did I put them? That's that. Oh yeah, here we go. So then you might want to put a sentiment on this. So we could use the together. I love this sentiment. Together is a wonderful place to be. Isn't that fair? I like that. And then I'll put that in Fresh Fig. Just pop it on here. Nearly straight. We don't worry about it if it's entirely straight or not. And then grab a trimmer. And this is the point where you can straighten things up if you want to. Although that does look pretty straight on there, actually. So we'll just pop that on the other side. Trim that off. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? There we go. And then that's going to go across there. So actually it's going to hide that that piece that I got wrong. So that's good. And it just tones down that green, because that green looks a bit like, ooh, that's a bit too much there. But if you just hide that with another piece of white, it sort of calms it back down again. And then you can just add, if you wanted to, a few flowers, or you could use your Wink of Stella just to add a little bit of, ooh, that's running. Okay. That's a bit wet. We don't know. Add a bit of colour in there. There we go, like this. There we go. Just pull in the ink a little bit or add a little bit of sparkle, because we all like a little bit of sparkle. So some, you know, really simple stamping, and then you just add a few bits to zhuzh it up a little bit. And because you're going white on white, the sparkle will show up, I think, even more. There we go. And how simple and quick is this card when you're just going to pop that straight down. Hey Sheila, you found me live. How wonderful. That's great to see you on here. That's fab. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this. Oh, Carol, thank you. Carol thinks it's lovely, so that's good. Make sure I've got my leading edge. Yeah, there we go. Pop that on there. So some really nice simple stamping. Doesn't take you long. Okay, I haven't cut my cardstock, but you know, if you're following my hints and tips, you know that I keep my some spare card bases ready to go. So I just pull these out of the cupboard and then we're off. That's going to go on there like that. Should I dimensional it? Possibly. And then you can always add a bit of ribbon. You know, that's always possible. We've got the variegated ribbon, pink ribbon. Hey, Lisa Jane's on. Oh, look, suddenly everybody's coming. See, that's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, and that's even nice if you pop it over the top, but it's a little bit too see-through. But you can add that just as a little bit of a ribbon at the back. So we'll just cut a piece of that off. And I think simple stamping is just stamping and nothing else, you know, so that is simple stamping completely without the Winker Stella. And I understand that is the true core simple stamping, but I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a little bit of zhuzhing for those people who maybe like just a little bit more. You know, maybe you've started with me and you've got a few products, you haven't got masses, but you just want to make your cards look a little bit more zhuzhy. And so you're going to ask me, what should I add to my card? And I'm going to tell you every time, add some ribbon or some bling, because that's what makes the cards really start to sing, I think. I mean, I do love my simple stamping that's just stamping, but I also just think that people like just that little bit extra, and there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit of extra, bit of ribbon, bit of bling. There we go. See, that's nice then, isn't it? Just adds that little, just that really tiny touch of petal pink, and then I'm going to glue that down. Oh, Sandra's on. Hi Sandra, nice to see you. There we go. Hope you're having a not too moody a Monday. There we go. Pop that on there, and that's it. So that's another card done. And again, you could add some embellishments if you wanted to, or you could just leave it like that. So far we've done this one and we've done this one, really quick and easy, and it's only 12:15. 2 cards done, 12:15. See how quick these are, how easy they are to make some, you know, not technically difficult cards, obviously. This one you need a couple of punches for, but and this one I just ran through a little piece of cardstock. It was just an offcut from some of the Country Floral embossing folder, and I just ran that through, cut a piece off, and I had a piece left that I wasn't using. So I thought, oh, that would work nicely on just as a little accent. You know me, I have my little pots of things and I use them as accents, etc. So that's those two. Now let's see what else we can do. I'm just cleaning off my stamps so we don't have fresh fig everywhere. Alright, so that's those. Then we have, I wanted to make some with different coloured bases, so obviously that's the white and the white, so we've done that. But actually I quite liked this card, and then this is sort of the pinks, a bit similar to that. But then I liked this card, but I wanted something, I wanted to see what it would look like if we put it on a Mossy Meadow base. I'm so glad Mossy Meadow's back. It's such a nice deep green. So I've cut all the pieces because, you know, I am doing a live video and you don't want to just sit there and watch me do this, chopping bits out. And I actually prepped some of this while I was at retreat yesterday because it was a really small retreat for me. You know, I think it was just a weekend where everybody happened to be on holiday, so it was very small in number, but I don't mind that. We had a great time, and yeah, we practiced. We tried out the new hotel at Gores Hill, and it was glorious. So we're very happy that we're going back there at Christmas. And yeah, it was just a great retreat. So we had a play, and the girls were getting their stamping going, and they were fine. They didn't need any help from me. So I said to them, I'm going to pull out my bag of bits that I've got left from the retreat, and I'm going to make some more cards. So I got to stamp with them as well, which is really nice for me because it's quite unusual. Normally I'm, you know, there and helping everybody make sure everyone's okay, but to have a little bit of a craft session along with everybody was really good fun. So I like these leaves because they interlock. You can do them as a wreath as well, which I quite like. I haven't done them as a wreath yet, but I may well still do that. But I love the way that they intertwine, so you can stamp them one way, stamp them the other, and they sort of fit together. Oh, you can't see me stamping there. Let's do that. There we go. Let's move that up there. So, you know, you can put them here and look how they interlock with each other. That's great. And then this one comes this way and just fits perfectly into that space. So there we go. So that's how I created that background, just with some mossy meadow and just some simple stamping. Then I'm going to change up the wording. Oops, because I want it to not be that. So let's see what we've got that will fit. Oh, I'm missing people's comments. Hold on. Let me just scroll down a bit. Ah, Thelma's here. Hiya, Thelma. Nice to see you. Hope you're having not too bad a Moody Monday. Now the question is, you are the best thing I never knew I needed. I'm not sure will fit in that. Thinking of you will fit in that easily. So let's go with thinking of you. We could just start masking bits off, but let's go with thinking of you, which I have here somewhere. Do I? No. Yes. There we go. So let me show you how I made this. So again, fresh fig, fresh fig, fresh fig. Where's my fresh fig? There we go. I'm just going to pop that out. And of course, you know, when these colours go, you can still have colours that match. That's quite a faint one, actually. I think I need to re-ink my, well, we have used it quite a lot at retreat, so I think my ink may need re-inking. That's a little better. It's still quite a thin line. It's not obviously quite so thick as the colours on the words on this. So, so yes. Hello. So I was just saying that we had a lovely time with this. This is our retreat stuff that we did over the last few weeks. So I just wanted to share some stuff with people who couldn't come to retreat and see what we got up to. I mean, obviously, hopefully you've all seen the posts. Have you all seen the posts of us having fun, enjoying our retreat life? I hope you have. We had all kinds of things. I've still got pictures to post from yesterday, cupcakes and everything. It's really nice. So yeah, so that's that. It was good fun retreat. And then we're going to pop this. This is the Everyday Label Punch. And I'm just on a roll here. I'm just carrying on, so I'm not really paying much attention. But I should be paying attention. I apologise. So I thought I would actually add a few petal pink flowers because I like this tiny, weeny little flower, which you can actually cut out with the coordinating dies. They cut out beautifully. Oh, Carol says the retreat looked lovely and so did the food. Yeah, I know the food was amazing. Very good on the food front. We were very happy. You know, food always keeps us retreaters happy. I think all crafters, quite frankly, as long as the food's good, we like. So I'm just going to pop these two little flowers on there. Look, isn't that cute? They're so sweet, those ones. And of course they match the frosted embellishments, which was kind of why I was hoping that it would keep moving forward, but there you go. Hey, hey. And then that just lines up on there. I've cut a smaller piece this time of the pink vellum. Not really sure why I cut a smaller piece this time. It's probably just an offcut I had. So we're going to put the ribbon across, that across. So we've got that pink going across there, and then obviously it's going to go on our Whisper White base. If I can, no, it's going to go on our Mossy Meadow base. That's right, because we're trying something different. Oh, see, now that looks nice, doesn't it? I mean, I like both of them, but I do like this when it's with the dark green background. Anyway, so let's get started. Now, the good thing is that this, I'll just put it together now. This vellum, because it's Stampin' Up vellum, it's much thicker than quite a lot of other vellum, but because of the patterns on it, if you just put a few tiny little dots of multi-purpose glue, it dries and you can't see it through. It's fab. So much vellum you get, and you can't work out where you actually stick it to your card, because it's so see-through that it ruins the look of it when you try and put it together. But this stuff, it just disappears in, and it doesn't make it crinkle, and it doesn't make it crease. Now, is that straight? I think that's straight. Looks straight from here. There we go. So that's good. Then we can use our snail and attach the ribbon to the back. Well, there we go. And I only attach it in the middle because otherwise it could show through. So we'll pop that on there. And then we'll start attaching these. I'm going to double dimensional everything because I can. So we're going to go this for the everyday label punch. Put one in the middle so it's not soggy. No soggy middles here. Pop that up. And also I thought if I did this as well today, it gives everyone who went to retreat just some additional ideas they could do with the cardstock and the elements that they have left, because they have a lot left. Masses and masses and oodles of stuff. Okay. That goes down there. And then we're going to double this one up. Put this on top. That was my first one, which we didn't think was quite good enough, did we? So I'll put that on there. If you put these two quite close together, then you're not going to get a soggy middle. You're going to be fine. There we go. Get it the right way around it. And that's going to sit just up there. Okay. Easy. But nice layering with some punches if you have it. And then it's your decision what you want to do with these ends, whether you want to, you know, fishtail them, or if you want to cut them straight here. So here I cut these sort of on the diagonal. These ones, yeah, I think I'm going to do that again. But I'm going to leave them just hanging over this time, whereas this time I cut them shorter. Because then that way, if you leave them hanging over just slightly, then they will show up on the Mossy Meadow, which will give us just that an extra element or dimension into the card. So there's all these little things that you can do, you know, changing colours and making things look just slightly differently, which is really all that casing is. You know, the whole copy and share everything. It's about taking an idea from somebody and then just tweaking it with your own natural design or your own view of the world, or even just with what you have versus what they have. You know, you might not have the everyday label punch that I've got here, but you might have the tailored tag punch, and that fits just as well, you know, behind one of these things. Or you could swap it over and put if you didn't have the pretty label, you could use the tag punch. You know, it's about looking at a card, and just because you don't have all of the elements on that card doesn't mean to say that you can't make that card. You just make it your way, slightly differently, and therefore it's not exactly the same, but it is cased from an original version. So far we've got 5. Here we go. Obviously I've only done 3, but we have got 5 to look at. And then I thought we could do something with pink, because I like the petal pink. Although there was a great debate at the weekend as to whether it really was a pink or whether it was actually a peach. And my lighting doesn't show it very well, but it is pink, and it is a sort of a salmon pink, so I can understand why the peach element comes from that too, because it is quite peachy pink. But you know, you've got to call it something, so they called it petal pink. I think salmon pink would have been better, but then it wouldn't have gone with the whole alliteration, you know, whatever thing that Stampin' Up try and do. So there we go. That was our debate this weekend when we were chatting whilst we were crafting. It was, what are we going to call it, everything. So on this one, I'm going to do a random splattering of petals, and that's it, because you don't even have to use the huge massive stamps that are in the set to get a pretty design, and just keep going. And the more you do and you change direction or leave additional gaps, the more random it'll appear. And this is now like a floating waterfall of flowers. And they had a wedding fair downstairs where we were at the hotel yesterday as well. So this reminds me of the floating flowers that they had all down the balconies and everything. It was just beautifully done. And then one of these papers that has the green leaves on it, or the white leaves on the green background, turn it over and it's got this pink speckledy bit. I really liked that pink speckle, so I want to put that in somewhere. And then, you know, I might even just stamp, it might be like a whole, what's the word, symphony of pink or something. Let's clean off this this little stamp here, and let's pop this in on petal pink with petal pink. Except what have I done with my ink pad? I'll have to put it over here. Do you do that? I do that all the time. What have I done with that? Where did that go? Have I got it here? Where's it gone? Let's just do that. That's nice. I love the way that the ink coordinates. It's not exactly, I mean, it is exactly the same, but somehow it provides you with that deeper shade on the cardstock. So it just works beautifully. There we go. Now if I pull that down a smidge, I'm going to have enough room there to put one of those little flowers that's going to match. That's the way I'm thinking. Do you like my thinking? Hopefully you've all gone very quiet on the other side of this Facebook Live. I hope you're all still there. I've got people watching, but none of you are saying anything. So I hope that you're still enjoying it. There we go. That's on that. I could actually do, I could do it that way round, or I could do it that way round and put that over there. No, I prefer the other way, I think. Okay. So yes, I think that's okay. So I hope you like it. Oh, what have we got here? Have we got somebody else commenting? Oh, I've got Helen who's joining us. Hello, Helen. Oh, we missed you at the weekend, Helen and Leah. They asked about you. Hope you're all right. And everyone was asking who's coming to which retreat and in October, and can we make sure that we all get on the right one with the right people that we want to, you know, see. And it's like, oh no, that one's fully booked, you're gonna have to come on this one. So I've got, so everyone was moving around, but yeah, we had a good retreat, but we did miss you. And oh, Carol says she's loving it, but she's totally absorbed in what I'm doing. Thanks, Carol, that's so nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So I'm just going to pop that there again with some dimensionals. But yes, so we've got lots of people coming to the Christmas one. I've now got one space left on the Walbrook House one, and I've got, well, quite a few left because we can expand in the Gorse Hill. So I'm halfway booked I'm halfway out, as it would have been booked had I been at Warbrick, but actually we've got space for more. Not much. I don't want to go too mad. I might go another couple of people, but it just means that I've got that option. But if I get to 16 and a couple of people say they want to come along, I can just add another 2. So, you know, it's not as bad, but I am filling up and I can't go crazy. I don't want to go crazy and have like 60 people at retreat. So, you know, you still need to book in if you want to come, is what I'm saying. And also the payment schedule started this month. So if you want to book in and do the payment schedule, then you need to be back to, in fact, it started at the end of April, so you need to catch up. And then you'll be fine, and then you'll be clocking into the retreat payment schedule. Oh, Sheila says she's still here and watching and trying to take in everything. And Thelma's also still enjoying trying to make lunch at the same time. Oh yes, you've got to have your lunch. You need to do that. Everyone needs to have food. I'm not trying to take you away from your lunch, I promise. Okay. So since we're now at this point, I think I'm going to finish off with a white flower just there, because that just adds that little element of design that you've got running through the whole card. And that's the great thing about Stampin' Up, isn't it? All those little things that just match. So these would be great cards for, as I say, just a quick set of cards that you need to make. You could put them into a box, as we did at retreat. We had these in one of our acetate boxes. Sheila says, I want to come for Christmas Gorse Hill. Yes, there's still room at Gorse Hill. You're more than welcome to come to that, Sheila. There is room. We can book you in for that. Talk to you about that. Right, let's see. Where was I? I was distracted then for a moment. Yes, we put them in a box, but I don't know what I've done with it. It's still packed away because I had them out on the table. I didn't actually have them in the box, so I just grabbed them knowing that I wanted to show you them today, and so I took them out of the box. But oh no, that's there we go. So look, we've done 4 cards in the space of what, half an hour. That's not bad, is it? So as I say, they'd be good for what I call my emergency cards. So somebody says it's a birthday, and definitely if you've got painted seasons or any other birthday sentiment set, that's the word I'm looking for, sentiment set, any other birthday sentiment set, you could make all of these for birthdays too. But I really like the images that you get in this wonderful romance, and I think, you know, anyone would be pleased to get a card like that. It's not fancy, it's not, you know, it's not your big wow cards, but sometimes you don't want a wow card because somebody might be going through a tough time and you don't want to be sending them something that's all like fancy with bling and glitter, or gling as I like to call it, but bling and glitter. You know, you don't want all of that. You just want to have a card to say that you're thinking of them. So some of these would just be perfect for that when somebody's going through a bit of a tough time and you just want to say, do you know what, I'm thinking of you. I'm not going to send you anything too fancy. I'm just want to say I'm thinking of you. So it's more about them and less about the card, if you know what I mean. If you don't, do you know what I mean? Hopefully you do. So yeah, I'm just giving you a little bit of a close-up of all these so that hopefully you can see those. So some really, really quick, all the basic layout measurements are exactly the same as they are normally. You know, 14.4 by 10, and then 13.9 by 9.5. I think this little offcut strip, I mean, this is just with an offcut. It's about 9.5, I think, by 1 centimetre. And then this one this just a piece of Whisper white cardstock, 10.5 by about 3, I think, 2.5 maybe, something like that. Just a bit of Wink Stella on there. Get a bit of, you can see that now. Look at that. Ooh, see, that's enough bling, isn't it? That's enough light dazzle, I think. That's just pretty. And then finally this one, which is the one I did first. Oh, thanks, Carol. She says they're good. Sheila, I'll book you in. Carol says they're really great and the colours are nice. Yeah, the colours, don't they just work well? So this nice deep mossy meadow, the fresh fig, the petal pink and the pear pizzazz. And even if you didn't have the fresh fig, you know, Merry Merlot would go just as well with these colours, I think. So Merry Merlot or even Blackberry Bliss, you could mix and match in those two colours, since fresh fig sadly is leaving us. But yeah, so those colours would work. So have a play with the different colours. Just have a look at your stamp sets again, and rather than focusing on like the one big image, look at all of the other images that are in your stamp sets and see what kind of backgrounds you can make just by using those particular stamps in your stamps. Does that make sense? Yeah, those particular images in your stamp sets. And see what kind of creations you can come up with and what mix and matches you can do. In the meantime, we're still very blue here. I am still trying to make us less blue, but my camera's just defiant that my room is blue. But well, never mind, we're getting there. It's not too bad today, I don't think. So hopefully you've enjoyed my Facebook Live today. Come back again next Monday for another Moody Monday Pick Me Up video, and obviously I'll pop this up on my YouTube channel tomorrow so you can find it again and see everything. And I'll be back on Wednesday on my YouTube channel too, with some more retreat goodies to show you, with some different twists to them. So I'm just going to reuse and enjoy all of these lovely designs and lovely things that we have. So thank you for the hearts, Carol, and the likes, everybody. Thank you. And yeah, have a really great week. I hope it's cheered you up. And Sheila's going downstairs to see what stamps I've got. Yes, excellent. Go and give it a go. So have a great week, everybody. I will see you again soon. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Tell your friends, share it wide, and I will see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye bye. Thanks, Lisa. Sorry, I'm just jumping back on because I just saw Lisa's comment. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, guys, have fun. Take care. Bye.